My intention today is to really present some ideas about what this social license concept is and to use some of the research that CSIRO has done in this space to try and articulate what we know about this concept, where it can be useful, and explore some practical implications of that science in the practice of people in different industry sectors. But what is social license to operate? The ongoing acceptance of industrial activity by local communities and other stakeholders. It starts to talk about local communities, but then maybe there's other people who can also influence how a company or an industry does its work. Communities do have power. They are able and will exert influence over development trajectories about the way an industry develops. The second thing is that it's about relationships. It's not about the transaction. It's about the relationships, and that relationships are complex. And what social license does, in fact, is allow us to look at the nature of those relationships between communities and companies in particular with some nuance, and to really try and tease apart the different elements and components that lead to acceptance of a particular operation or development. And so in the modelling that was done on this data, we identified 8 factors that were important in driving acceptance. Going beyond just describing what people think to explaining why they think that way, and understanding not just the ingredients in a social license kind of recipe or cake, but understanding what the recipe is that we need to use to bring those ingredients together to lead to a more constructive relationship. So what does this mean in practice? What can we do with all of this knowledge? Trust for me is at the heart of social license to operate. As companies in these spaces, why should someone trust us? What have we done to demonstrate that if you make yourself vulnerable to us, we won't take advantage of that and do something that is in your interests? Social license is more than just relationships. It's more than just cups of tea. Impacts do matter. Benefits do matter. Fairness in that distribution of benefits and impacts matters. Take the initiative. Get on the front foot. Reveal something of yourself. Be vulnerable and work on building deeper trust. That's what's at the heart of social license, and that's what's at the heart of constructive relationships between communities and companies in industrial contexts. Thanks.